Hi, Sammy boys and Sammy girls. Now, before we get into food, which is going to be good, I got some sweet and spicy Italian sausage that I'll be having on a sandwich with two different kinds of toppings. Well, one will be onions and peppers and shit, kind of traditional, and the other one will be cheese and green onion, a little bit of garlic, and some crumbled up bacon. I think that's going to be really nice. But before that, let's dig into an idea I had when I was out walking. And it starts with this morning. The instigation of it got into a little internet Facebook tiff with someone who was very anti the idea of, giving to others, of, any of your tax dollars going to fund, welfare programs, helping those in need who are less fortunate. And when I said that I thought we should worry as a human race, we should worry less about getting your fair share and making sure that people deserve what they get and no one gets more than they deserve and everyone has to work hard, that we should make sure and worry more about that people get enough. Don't worry that your neighbor has more than you. Make sure that he has enough to get by. And when I said that made them very angry for some reason. And they're like, oh, you only think that way because you live in your mom's basement and you mop floors for a living. Well, I don't live in my mom's basement and I don't mop floors for a living. Not that it would matter, because I find neither of those things insulting. What you do and where you live doesn't mean anything about you as a person. And the fact that they're so materialistic that they think that way is sad and disgusting. Like, there are good people in mom's basements. There are good people in penthouses. I think it's harder to be a good person in a penthouse, but it's still possible. Probably a lot of good people in mom's basements. Maybe even most of them. Yeah, probably most good people probably in mom's basements are living in abject poverty. That's where all the good people are. Why would you say something like that? Jeez. Anyway, I got pissed off. I was like, wow. And I was pissed off and sad. It was like an angry sad. How can people be that heartless towards their fellow man? Don't you want to help people? Don't you want to make the world a better place? You have enough to get by already. You don't need to be worrying about, I need to make sure that nothing I could get goes to help someone else. So I decided, let's do some spite charity. Maybe that's not the most earnest and nice motivation to do charity work. I mean, also is just a good thing, and I want to do more positive work. You guys know already 10% of the revenue from Sammieboy goes to charity. I think we should be doing more. Right now, it's not a lot of revenue. It's like $100 a month, so $10 a month, $120 a year. Though the first donation, we did like, is it $400 something dollars? I don't. Go check out the video and see. But I was walking. I'm trying to come up with ideas. I'm thinking, give out free food, get donations, and I was like, well, why don't I just get enough money up, and I don't even know how much it would be. I'll have to investigate all this. It'll be a long process. But how many sandwiches, if I designed something that could be served cold but still be good, have some Sammieboy flavor to it, and that could be easily made in, in a commercial catering kitchen, how much money would it take for me to get, 500 sandwiches made and then go around the city and hand them out or something? I don't know. I don't know how much money it would take, but I want to work towards something like that. And also, that would be kind of a marketing expense, I guess, because really you're giving out sandwiches, but probably giving directly the money to charity would help more. But in giving people food and creating awareness and hopefully getting coverage, doing my own videos on it, it would further the charitable brand to raise even more money. So these are the things I'm trying to think about, and I know I'm just kind of spitballing right now, but I want to be completely transparent and honest with you guys, because that's just the type of person I am. And that's where I want to take this idea of Nom Nom Sammieboy, is to doing as much good as possible. and just, giving a big middle finger to people who think that it's not important to help your fellow man. That's just wrong. Sorry, Republicans. Sammieboy's a socialist. Not that there's anything wrong with being a socialist. Why is it a dirty word? I love humanity. That's why I look at the world the way I do. That's why I do the projects like this in the way that I do. Like Sammieboy originally kind of started as a lark. It's just some fun. Thought it'd be weird. Now I'm trying to do good with it. The portraits that I take on my Instagram, that started out of me needing something to do to get my mind off of things. And there was something in like the sadness, the sonder of having all these lives around you, all these people living their own stories and not knowing anything about them. And I want to feel more connected with humanity. And I take these pictures to feel connected and imagine what these other people's stories are. And shouldn't we be doing the best we can to make everyone's story as positive as possible? That's my thoughts on it. Now, I know I'm not doing as much as I can. Most of us aren't. Most of us haven't given up our whole lives. And, realistically, am I going to sell all my shit, get rid of my apartment? No. Well, then I wouldn't be able to do the work that I want to do either. Even though it would be more of a pious and honest life. So I'm not trying to be a good person. I'm already a bad person. I've done bad shit, living the wasteful way that I do, though I try to be as green, as economical, as considerate of my fellow human beings and of the environment and the world we live in as I can. I'm still a white privileged dude, come from wealth, living in New York City, alone in an apartment, that in the rest of the world, even though it's small here, could hold 20 people or something. So I'll never be a good person, objectively, in comparison to the rest of the world. But I'm going to try to do as much good as I can. I think that's more important than wanting to be a good person. Okay, I'm rambling, so I should probably just go get my sandwiches and start eating. Thanks for putting up with me, guys. Alright, I'm back. And I brought sandwiches. You see, here's some one with the peppers and the onions on it. And this one has a cheese sauce with garlic and green onion in that, and bacon. I cooked the bacon and then threw in the garlic and green onion right at the end so they wouldn't burn while the bacon was cooking, because that took a bit longer. I want to apologize for my weird rant at the beginning. I just get very passionate about helping people. Something like that's probably going to be a long ways off till I can afford to do it, but I think it's good to have goals in mind, and I wanted to let you guys know where I'm headed, where we're headed. Hopefully you'll be with me the whole way. So let's get down to chow down. Yeah. Let's go with the cheesy one first here. Kind of excited. I was gonna just use American cheese, but then I saw from when I was making pasta last week, the andouille mac, that I had only used one cheese packet from 2 boxes of Velveeta, because I augmented the sauce and made it my own so much I didn't need the 2 cheese packets. Would have been too cheesy. So I just used some of that cheese and then mixed in all the bacon and the onions and the garlic. Got it all nice and hot and put it over the top of these. One side of the sandwich is a sweet sausage. The other side is hot sausage. And I kind of toasted the bread and the leftover fat in the pan and put it under the broiler for a second to make it a little nice and crispy. Oh, it's juicy. That's messy. Uh-oh. I should have put on a garbage t-shirt, not my cause art t-shirt. That was really good though. I limited my use of Velveeta. I didn't use the whole packet. And I left some of the sauce in the fridge. This might be a little saucy, but I didn't quite over sauce it, so I'm glad. That would have made it too salty. I also put some hot sauce into the sauce too. Not enough to make it super spicy. Just give it a little hint of heat. You know what I find annoying though is like this bread. Love this bread. This is like some. I'm not even sure. It's like a Cuban bakery that bakes like kind of Italian style bread. Or is it? I don't even. Is this Cuban? I don't have no idea. But they're really good for sandwiches. They're nice and fluffy. They toast up well. They don't sell anything like it in Whole Foods, where I do most of my shopping. Whole Foods just sells like very tough and chewy like baguettes, which I get and I love for certain things. But for like a hoagie, a grinder, a sub sandwich, they're not good for that. I don't want a baguette or a batard, or they sell like some rolls, but they're still like a very crunchy bread, and they're all like not, they don't have the girth you need to make a real sandwich on them. At least that's the case at Tribeca Whole Foods, Gowanus Whole Foods, and the new Williamsburg Whole Foods. No, I'll tweet at them later and be like, hey, why don't you guys get some bread in there and make subs on? I mean, the bodega will be mad that I'm not coming in and buying bread there anymore, but they sell these things for like $2, so. The Whole Foods, I know you'd sell these for like $5, $6. I still buy them because I wouldn't have to go to like 3 different stores on my way home to get everything I want for my sandwich. They're going into a couple of bodegas on my way home is what led me to buy some white grape juice and some apple juice. So now I got all the fruit juices to keep me hyped, keep me sugary, get that diabetes. This is a nice little treat. I like fruit juice sometimes. It's so good. I've been feeling tired this weekend. I don't know why. I still got, after this, I gotta edit this, upload it, and get this camera ready, get the big lens on it, and go out to Times Square, and, you know, find some more cool, interesting faces that look like they have neat stories to share with y'all on Instagram. Gotta keep that project rolling too. Alright, so far so good. Keeping the mess on the plate on my lap. Let's see how that works out for round 2 with this peppers and onions combo here. This is gonna be messy too, I know it. And I dripped cheese on it. It's great. It's gonna get all in my hands. I'm just gonna take a shower after this one. This is gonna have to happen. I don't wanna touch anything with my dirty ass cheesy body. Starting to drip a little. Oh, I lost a little bit of pepper. I'm dripping juices. Mm. Mm-mm. It was hard. It felt a little bit hit my shirt. That's okay. Oh my god. This is a situation. A delicious situation, though. Good. And it feels like mad healthy compared to the cheese sandwich. Even though it's like dripping some olive oil out of here. I mean, olive oil, yeah, it's fat, but it's not like super bad for you. The sausage skin isn't playing well with me, as you see. Oh no, it's on the floor. Damn it. Ah, sweet. It's not happy. I just have to swallow it in one bite. There's some fried skin. Alright, I'm moving full. I'm glad I'm at the end of the sandwich. You know, when I was making these, I was thinking, like, when I went to the store, I bought 2 hot and 2 sweet sausages, thinking, like, yeah, 1 sausage of each kind per sandwich. I got home and I looked at that and I was like, no, dog, this is not happening. So I cut them in half and just used 2, half and half, you know. Still quite filling. Really glad I did not go the other route because I wouldn't have finished this. Or if I did, I might have died. And certainly would not felt good enough to go out and shooting some portraits in a few hours. Don't want to get sick. Tomorrow morning I gotta get up early because I gotta shoot with Venus Williams. That'll be fun. I hope she's nice. Probably nice. She's a nice lady on TV, but you know, you meet celebrities. Sometimes they are assholes. I've met a few like that before. I met one dude. Comes in the room with his crew, do a shoot, and he just keeps talking about, hands are fucked up, how he'd had the runs from the food he's been eating all weekend. I was like, I don't need to hear about that. But then he demanded that we like order him room service. Like, why? You shouldn't be eating right now, dog. You should rest that tummy. But okay, we ordered it, and then he didn't eat any of it. And he ordered something I didn't really like, so me and the other guy who were doing all the filming did this thing, like split it, but I just had like little nibbles of it. Oh, that doesn't offend you. Oh, that might. Excuse me. And on that note, I'm gonna go get cleaned up. I feel nasty.